Have you ever noticed how money seems to slip right through your fingers? It comes into your account, you promise this time it will last, but at the end of the month there's nothing left. It feels like there's an invisible force pulling every coin, every bill, every cent away from you. And in a way there is. It's the system we were raised in. From an early age we were taught to work for money, but never to make money work for us. What nobody told you is that it doesn't matter if you earn a lot or a little. If you don't know how to use it, it will never be enough. The secret is not in how much you make, but in how you see, control, and direct every cent. That's the real money game, and today you're going to learn how to play it. Most people believe they'll only be able to save or invest once they earn more. They say things like, "When I get a raise, then I'll start investing." But the truth is, that day never comes, because if you spend everything you have today, you'll spend everything tomorrow as well. The problem isn't your paycheck, it's your habits. Those who think they need a lot to begin never start, but those who realize they can start with a little discover the true power of consistency. It's as like a drop of water falling on the same spot every day. At first it seems insignificant, but over time it carves a path even through the hardest stone. That's how money works too. A small habit repeated daily builds massive results. But before we talk about investing, there's an invisible step that almost no one takes: writing things down. It may sound trivial, but it's what separates those who are in control from those who are controlled. If you don't measure, you don't know. If you don't know, you can't control. And if you can't control, you lose. Every coffee, every food delivery, every forgotten subscription, it all adds up. Small leaks can sink even the biggest ships. Writing down every expense is like turning on the light in a dark room. Suddenly you see exactly where your money is going. And once you see, you can decide. The simple act of tracking already transforms your mindset, because you start giving value to every cent that leaves. Once you've learned to control, the next step is to spend less than you earn. It sounds obvious, but it's exactly where most people fail. Those who spend more than they earn live buried in debt. Those who spend exactly what they earn never move forward. But those who spend less build wealth. It's in that gap between what comes in and what goes out that real wealth is born. It doesn't matter if it's $10, $20 or $50 left over. What matters is that something is left. And that extra must have a smart destination, your emergency fund. That fund is your first line of defense. It's what prevents a flat tire, a doctor's visit, or a home repair from becoming a financial disaster. It's your safety cushion, and you don't need a lot to start building it. Begin with what you can and keep adding. Ideally, it should cover 3 to 6 months of essential expenses, stored in something safe and easy to access, like government bonds or high-liquidity savings accounts. Those who have a fund don't live in fear, they live in freedom, because they know they can handle the unexpected without panic. After the emergency fund comes the secret that changes everything: making money work for you. Saving is important, but investing is essential. When you only save, inflation silently eats away at your money's value. But when you invest, your money grows, multiplies, and generates new returns. That's the power of compound interest. Imagine investing just $10 into something that earns 1% per month. It seems tiny, but that amount generates returns, and those returns generate new returns. It's the snowball effect. Small at first, but over time it becomes enormous. This is the invisible engine of wealth, time working on your side. So where do you invest? It doesn't have to be complicated. For beginners, there are simple and safe options: government bonds, certificates of deposit, fixed income funds. And for those who want to take a step further, fractional shares are an option. The point is not the amount you invest, but the habit of investing. It is like planting a seed. The size of the first seed doesn't matter. It is how much you water it. Over time, it becomes a tree, provides shade, bears fruit, and creates security. The real transformation lies in the habit, not in the initial value. But even while investing, there's still a dangerous enemy, the system. It hides in installment payments, in credit cards with abusive interest rates, in long-term financing that seems helpful but actually enslaves you. The system was designed to make you consume, not to make you wealthy. It profits from your ignorance. That's why those who don't know the rules become slaves to them. But those who understand use the very same system to their advantage. While millions pay interest, the few who are informed receive it. That's the difference between being controlled and being in control. And to truly be in control, you need more than numbers. You need the right mindset. The biggest enemy of the investor isn't lack of money, it's the wrong mentality. Those who believe they can't never start. Those who wait for the perfect moment never act. But those who start small, even with very little, discover that discipline and patience are the real keys to freedom. It's about learning to say no. No to status-driven consumption. No to impulsive purchases. No to instant gratification. Every time you say no to something useless, you're saying yes to your future. Every dollar not wasted is a dollar building your financial freedom. And that freedom has nothing to do with showing off. The truly wealthy aren't the ones flashing cars and expensive watches. They are the ones building quietly. They live ordinary lives on the surface, but behind the scenes, they have investments growing steadily. They don't need to prove anything because their accounts already prove it. They don't just work for money because money already works for them. That's the real secret of silent wealth. So now that you know all this, what will you do with this information? You can close this video and keep living the same way, waiting for the perfect day that never comes. Or you can decide that today is the day of change. Money isn't about luck, it's about choice. And your financial life only changes when you change the way you deal with money. As Benjamin Franklin once said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So make your choice. Start small, but start. Track your expenses, build your fund, invest, avoid the traps of the system, adopt the long-term mindset. Plant today the tree that will give you shade tomorrow. Because financial freedom isn't some faraway dream. It's a daily construction built with small decisions. And yours starts right now.